Sam and I are off to a wedding. We're going away for the night. Never done it before, never had a night away from my children. Even when I was giving birth to Rory and Arlo stayed at Grandma's, that doesn't count, because by the time it got to the actual night portion of the evening, I'd given birth to Rory, so I had another child. So I got rid of one, gained another one. And I never would have done it with Arlo at this age, because he was an awful sleeper too. And I just never would have entertained the idea of leaving him until later on. But for some reason, I've decided that, I keep looking down because Rory's right down there, I've decided that it's worth leaving Rory. These are mutual friends of Sam and I, and there's going to be a lot of our friends from uni there, and I just didn't like the thought of having to leave early, having to sit in a dark hotel room, being really quiet with my sleeping children whilst everyone else is still having fun. I just really didn't want to do that. So I've decided that Rory's going to stay behind with Grandma and Grandad, even though he's not really ready to go overnight without me. He still has about 3 milk feeds per night. It's literally 27 hours. I'm going to drop them off at 9 in the morning, pick them up probably midday the next day. It's one night, it will be fine. I'm actually mostly worried about me. I think that, you know, it'll get to like the evening of the wedding and I'll just be like, oh, I've left him. Oh. But you know, there's alcohol to help with that and the thought of a hopefully full night's sleep. So what I wanted to show you today was the few little extra things that you need to pack with you when you're breastfeeding and you're going to be away from your breastfeeding child overnight or for longer. I've never done it before, as I've just said, but I've heard from other people that when they have done it, they've not really had thought about how it's going to go, and then suddenly it's been like, oh, I need to buy a manual pump, and they've had to rush out and buy stuff, or they've got really engorged, even when they've not really been feeding that much anymore, and they thought, oh, it'd be fine overnight, and it hasn't been. So I'm kind of a bit nervous about that. I've literally got no idea how it's going to go. So anyway, the first thing that I'm packing is a whole ton of these, which are the reusable bamboo cotton breast pads. Anyone who is familiar with cloth nappies and the bamboo inserts will know that they're the same material as that. They're really soft. You put them in the washing machine with your normal clothes and wash them, which means you can use them over and over again. And basically, since I got these, I don't use anything else. I don't use those disposables anymore. They're just scratchy, they feel unnatural, they don't mould to your shape as nicely as these ones do. And I find that the absorbency is just as good. Maybe it wouldn't be in the early days with a newborn, but I started using them when Rory was, I think, about 3 months, and since I started using them I just haven't looked back. So yeah, ton of these are coming with me, because I'm just massively worried that I'm just going to leak through the nice dress that I'm wearing in the evening. The nice non-breastfeeding friendly dress. It's the first time I've been able to just go shopping for a dress and not have to think about breastfeeding access, because I knew that I was leaving Rory. Second thing is this. This is actually part of my Ardo Calypso electric breast pump, which I reviewed on my blog a couple of months previously, and I'll put the link below to that if anyone's interested in reading it, because it's a really good breast pump. I really recommend it. What is this bit called? I've completely forgotten. It's like a really simple neck, but the bit that obviously goes over your boob, this bit, and this bottle bit, obviously they're supplied just with the Ardo electric breast pump anyway. And what they very handily included, which I think you buy separately, is this adapter to turn it into a manual pump. So you just put that on top, there we go, and then there you go, you've got your manual pump. Now I'm hoping that's all I'm going to need, and it's handbag sized, so I'm not going to have to sneak back to the hotel room to get the whole pump kit out. I can just use this and just, I don't know, go to the toilet at the reception and just, I don't know. In 3.5 years I've never not breastfed for this amount of time, so I'm just a bit worried. I've got no idea how my boobs are going to behave. I don't know whether I'm going to need to do this like 10 times, whether I'm going to need to do it once. Yeah, these are just a couple of extra things that you might need to pack if you're going away from your breastfeeding children. Very glamorous. Hello, different room, different day, different camera, because I ran out of time to film yesterday. Sam's gone down to the wedding today and I'm going to follow him down to Oxford tomorrow because we couldn't leave the children for 2 nights, that would have been too long. I'm still in 2 minds as to whether I'm actually going to leave Rory. I'm starting to have doubts and I don't really know what I'm going to do. I just don't want him to feel like I've abandoned him and he'll be wondering where the hell I am in the middle of the night, and that thought's making me a little bit sad about leaving him, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I will update you, let you know what I did do in the end. Last night I actually asked on Twitter if anyone had any tips or advice for me in regards to leaving a breastfed baby and going away for the night, and I'm really glad I did because I got some really sensible advice back which I just wanted to share here in case anyone else wanted to know. Things like pack paracetamol because it might be a bit painful if you get engorged. Put a towel on the bed before you go to sleep. Manual pump because it's more discreet in the toilets, which basically confirmed my suspicions, so I'm glad I've got my manual pump all ready to go. Tons and tons of breast pads, I've got those. So yeah, should be all set really, and we'll see how it goes. Bye! Say bye, Rory. Are you grumpy? Oh, grumpy.